Welcome back to the 2018-2019 school year. Here are a few updates about testing. First of all, don't panic. Not a lot has changed this year. No SOLs went away. All the same SOLs will have a corresponding SOL test if the course had it last year. What is different has to do with the federal participation requirements and the way that Virginia is measuring and requiring verified credits. So first of all, in federal participation, the new rules say that within a student's high school career, they have to take one reading SOL, which we usually give in 11th grade, one math SOL, and the biology SOL. The Virginia verified credits has changed. Now, students are only required to take 5 SOLs total in their career. Take and pass. By the way, federal requirements are not about passing. They're about sitting for an SOL. The verified credits are about passing. So students must take and pass these 5 SOLs. That's a little bit different. Prior to these 9th graders, so our current 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, have to meet a certain number of verified credits based on which diploma type they want. And this new rule for 9th graders says they only have to take these 5 no matter which diploma. The diploma type will differ based on how many courses they're taking and which types of courses. All right, every student has to take a reading SOL. This is new. In the past, we've been able to substitute AP Lang in place of the reading SOL. No more. Everybody has to sit and take reading and pass some type of reading test. AP Lang no longer works as a substitute test, but WorkKeys does, and so does the PSAT and SAT. Every student has to pass a writing test, but they don't have to sit for the writing SOL if they take and pass AP Lang. So these are kind of contradicting, whereas they used to have been treated the same, now they're kind of opposite. So everybody sits for reading, not everybody has to sit for writing if they have a substitute test on file, AP Lang or WorkKeys. Then for math, this is where we start to see the real difference, the major differences. For math, science, and social studies, we're going to notice that most students earn their verified credits and are done with these subjects' tests starting their freshman year. Most of our students will take and pass Algebra 1 or Geometry their 9th grade year and meet that math requirement. A large bulk of our students will pass biology and be done with science testing. And a huge bulk of our students will also pass World History 1. Sorry, Algebra 1, Bio, and World History 1 teachers, that's going to put a big emphasis on your SOLs because most students will finish up testing in those subjects their freshman year. That's great news for our school, but I just want everybody to be aware that those teachers have a heavier load now. Just an importance. All right, this also means for Hayfield that we're not going to be allowed to test students if they have met both of these requirements. So if a student has fulfilled their math or social studies or science requirements after their freshman year, we can't test in those subjects. So sorry to those overachievers who like to take SOLs to prove that they can get 600s. They're not going to be allowed to opt into testing. And then this is also going to be some extra work for myself and for the counselors as we track students to make sure that we're not testing kids we're not allowed to test. We'll work with them, and if you have any questions or a student has questions, send them to us and we'll happily talk with them about where they are in their verified credits. So we won't see a big change this year, but next year we'll really notice as the 9th grade population gets to pretty much stop testing their 10th grade year. And we're going to see that 10th grade year looks very slim on testing. It's really just for repeaters, people that need to retest. And then we'll also notice that there are fewer kids sitting for the writing SOL because we will have WorkKeys scores or AP Lang scores. All right, let's look at some examples for students. We've got student number 1. She does not pass by Algebra 1 her freshman year, so she's going to either have to retake it the following year, or she can just bank on geometry, assuming that she passed the class and promoted to geometry. Then, if she takes in 9th grade and passes biology, she's done with science forever. If she takes world history and doesn't pass it, she's going to take the next course's test, assuming she promoted, and she could also retake World History 1 if she feels better about that. She'll be taking reading and writing her 11th grade year. Let's look at student number 2. This may dispel some questions. A student coming into 9th grade having passed Algebra 1 in middle school, even though that's a high school class and a high school test, still has to sit during high school for a math test. So this student will have to take geometry freshman year, the geometry SOL. He passes, and now he's done completely. A student who's taking biology and passes it is done. World History 1, he's done with history. So he's just looking at taking reading and writing his junior year. He will take no tests his sophomore year. All right, I hope this clarified any questions you had. Feel free to ask me or any of the counselors if you need further clarification or think of a scenario we might not be thinking of. Thanks so much.